The billionaire stood under the scorching sun, hands trembling, tears cutting through the dust on his cheeks. In front of him, a frail old mechanic, clutching nothing but a single rusty wrench, crawled out from under the belly of the massive private jet. The mechanic's shirt was torn, his knuckles bleeding, but in his eyes there was quiet pride. It had begun 12 hours earlier when the billionaire's prized Gulfstream jet broke down on a remote desert runway. He needed to leave for a critical international meeting, a meeting that could secure thousands of jobs and billions in investments. His crew of engineers, imported from 3 countries, had tried everything. Every shiny tool, every diagnostic device. Nothing worked. Then someone mentioned Faisal, the poor local mechanic who lived in a shack by the airstrip. The billionaire scoffed at first. How could a man with no formal education, no fancy gadgets, fix what his best people couldn't? But when the hours ticked away and hope began to wither, he finally agreed. Faisal arrived slowly on a rickety bicycle, his toolbox dangling from the handlebars, a battered red box with only 3 tools inside. The billionaire couldn't believe his eyes. A man of 65, hunched, sunburned, his eyes sharp yet kind. Without a word, Faisal knelt by the aircraft and ran his rough hands over the engine, feeling it like an old friend in pain. Hours passed. The engineers mocked him quietly. The billionaire paced furiously, shouting into his phone. But Faisal kept working, gently listening to the hum of the metal, tapping here, tightening there. At one point he paused, wiped his face, and looked at the billionaire. "Sir," he said softly, "this jet does not need money. It needs respect." Confused but desperate, the billionaire only nodded. Finally, after 6 hours, Faisal reached deep into the engine, twisted his single wrench, and, with a sound like a sigh of relief, the jet roared back to life. Silence fell over the desert. The engineers stared, stunned. The billionaire froze, unable to speak. Then, to everyone's shock, tears streamed down his face. Why are you crying?" Faisal asked gently. The billionaire fell to his knees. "Because I have everything in the world, but I forgot what it means to care. You reminded me of that." He offered Faisal a blank check. Faisal smiled, shook his head, and walked away, leaving nothing but his dusty footprints on the runway. The billionaire watched him go, clutching the wrench he had left behind, a wrench worth more than all the riches he owned. That day, a poor mechanic taught a powerful man the value of humility, respect, and the quiet dignity of honest work. Shorter, emotionally stronger version, the billionaire stood in the desert heat, sobbing. Before him, an old mechanic with nothing but a rusty wrench had just brought his broken jet back to life, after experts failed.